I mean, the thing is, when I played here before, it was such a good crowd. And I said, when I went back to the UK, I spoke to my manager and said, the crowd in San Francisco is ridiculous. I have to go back there.
Yeah.
So that feedback went to the agent, it went back to the promoters, and they said, well, why don't we just try and sort out residency, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, let's absolutely do it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad. And this is like the first show tonight. It was amazing. And I can't wait to come back here.
Yeah. When are you coming back?
I don't know. When are we coming back? Hopefully in the next couple of months. I mean, I think we've got maybe 4 shows so far this year. So I think it's going to be more or less every other month. The thing is, I'm back in the UK quite a bit as well, so we just got to schedule it.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I literally can't wait to come back. It's been such a good night tonight. The crowd, there's so much energy coming from the crowd. I'm buzzing right now.
Well, you put out a lot of energy, so
yeah, I just put out what I get.
Give and take.
I just put out what I get. So
yeah,
it's
for sure.
It's all good.
Yeah. So do you have any other plans for special guests or anything like that, or is that still kind of in the works?
It's kind of in the works. When I play, I've got a residency in the UK as well at Ministry of Sound.
Right.
And when I play there, I've got a vocalist who's vocaled one of my tracks called Last Day on Earth. His name's Duval. And so he always comes down and does an impromptu gets on the mic and sings the song, basically, sort of sings over the track. And it always lifts the the crowd at that moment. It's really cool. So we'll probably try and do that maybe throughout the residency here in San Francisco. We're going to try and maybe get some special guests in over some of the tracks I've done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See how it goes.
Sounds good. So you were just in LA for a bit. How was the party at Avalon last weekend?
Oh my God, that was crazy. That was a sold out show. It was a guy playing before me, was a guy called Andrew Bennett. He's signed to my label, Diffuse Music. And he played absolutely awesome. And then I came on, I think it was 1:30 in the morning, and oh my God,
wow.
It was packed, and there was I remember getting on the stage, and there was people with signs and stuff with all my names. I was like, oh my
that's
God,
awesome.
It's amazing. Because I've literally just moved to Los Angeles, and that was the first show I've done in Los Angeles since moving there. So to see that kind of response was wow. Do you know what I mean? It was really, really cool.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a massive place. It holds 2,000 people. So it was, and there was so much energy coming from the crowd. It was a really good experience.
Nice. I didn't realize you actually moved to LA.
Yeah, I moved there literally 3 weeks ago. I've actually slept in my house for 3 nights. I've hardly been there. I've just done so much traveling.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 weeks, I've been crazy with Miami, and then I was in Toronto last weekend. It's just
yeah.
So I mean, every show I do, it's really cool, man. North America's really got a buzz right now.
Yeah.
With dance music, and it's good to be part of it.
You were at Mansion back in WMC a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be there again this weekend?
Yeah, and that's actually the first gig, that's because I'm a resident DJ there as well, and this is the first show of my residency at Mansion.
Oh wow, look
coming
at that.
up. So,
that's awesome.
So yeah, it should be a good show. I think we've got 7 shows booked in for Miami this year.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good one.
Cool. So how does playing at a mega club like Mansion compare to a more intimate venue here for you, and in terms of just the crowd and how you prepare your set and that kind of thing?
I don't look at them as any different, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They're pretty much, even though one is bigger than the other, it's still people. They're still people. They're still going to a club to enjoy music. So
yeah.
I don't look any different. In my set consists pretty much 50% of all my own stuff, my own productions, and that's what people want to hear. So I don't know. I mean, they're very different kind of gigs. When you're doing, say, for example, a festival, compared to when you're doing a small club, but they've still got their their pluses. Do you know what I mean? A festival, you can't really get up close and personal with the people, but a small club you can.
Right.
But then a festival, you're playing in front of more people, so it's pros and cons for both.
Right.
So, but I just every gig I do, I just enjoy it the best I can, and have a good time.
Yeah, that definitely shows.
Thank you very much.
Sure. So what was your favorite party that you played at for WMC?
Well, I just did 2 shows actually. It was a Mansion,
Right.
and it was the actual festival. The festival was really cool. It was I was playing after Nicky Romero, and I got there at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I walked up into the tent, and I didn't think there'd be that much people like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I walked into the tent. It was like absolutely,
Yeah.
it was like 10,000 people like packed into a tent, like spilling out the sides. It was like steam coming out of the crowd. It was like, and every time a tune dropped, it was like the whole place was just jumping
Yeah.
up and down. It was like. It feels like incredible to have that, you know, like that kind of control where you know, you got the control kind of in a sense over the crowd. It's like
Yeah,
absolutely
definitely.
amazing. Do you know what I mean? It's like really good, really
Yeah.
good. That was a really good show actually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, what are your plans for the upcoming season in Ibiza?
I know I'm doing a show with Calvin Harris in Amnesia for Cream. And I think I'm doing a couple at Space for Tourum. I'm not exactly 100% sure because I'm doing so many shows in North America right now.
Yeah.
They're just trying to like schedule everything in. It's just like, you know, it's a bit toing and froing with the agency and stuff, but we're trying to work it out. But I know I'm definitely doing a couple for Cream and for Tourum. So I'm looking forward to that because I played for them last year and it was
Yeah.
absolutely, you know, it's Ibiza, do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, you know, one of the biggest parties in the world.
Is Amnesia still your favorite?
Yeah. Amnesia, because that was the first club that I went to as a, like, it was like 10 years ago. I just released a record called Warrior, which I'm just releasing again actually.
Right.
And that was my first ever production, first ever release. And then I just went to Amnesia as a punter, and all of a sudden it came on. I was like, what the hell? And I was standing on the terrace, and I looked down and I saw like 10,000 people like going crazy to like, and can you imagine, it's my first ever track.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought I'd ever see something like that ever in my life. So, and it was in Amnesia, so that for me remains, you know, one of my favourite
Yeah. It's an
venues.
epic moment.
Yeah, that was a very big moment.
So, how do you get into your creative zone, whether it's in the studio or before a live set? Do you have like a ritual, or are you just there?
I don't know. I don't really do anything, to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
I just sit down. I've got like in my studio, I've got like a keyboard, and I've got my, you know, like sounds and stuff, and all the synths. And I just start playing something, and more often than not, something just pops out. You know, because I've been doing music like all my life. Do you know what I mean? My dad taught me and my sister the piano from when I was like 4 years old, so I can literally just sit there and play, and something will come out.
Right,
Do you know what I mean?
right.
Whatever it is. So I just sit there and play, and then, you know, make a beat behind it or whatever, and something will pop out.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, I don't like sit there and meditate or anything like that. Well, sometimes I do actually, but it's, you know, I just sit at the keyboard and something will come out.
Right. It's probably more time effective than if you had to meditate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So do you ever, like, when you're finished producing or remixing a track, do you ever have like a really strong gut feeling that it's going to be a huge success, or do you kind of just like love each one and see what happens?
Yeah, I don't ever try to get too attached to a track actually, because like for example, I did a track with a guy from the UK called Example, and I didn't think it was going to be anything major. I just, because I did it in like literally less than 24 hours. I gave it back to him and he came up with the vocal, and the whole track was done in 24 hours. I didn't really think anything of it, and then before I knew it, all the radio stations were going crazy over it. And then before I knew it, it was on the Radio 1 in the UK playlist, it was on the A-list, and I was like, oh my god. And then it became a #1 record in the UK for 2 weeks. I was like, where the hell did that come from? And I never thought that would happen. But there's other tracks that I absolutely love to death, and nothing ever happens with them. So it's like, I don't know, I just put tracks out, and you know, you just put them out and just see what happens.
Yeah. So when you're working on a track, how do you know like when to stop, or when it's like you got it right and it's finished?
How do you know when it's like fit, when you've done, when you're finished? I don't know. You just kind
You just know?
Yeah, you just know. I mean, when I'm working a track, you kind of get the initial kind of riff or melody, and then you work that into the track, and then once you've kind of got all the nuts and bolts behind it, you kind of know it's done. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, I'm one of those kind of producers that is never quite happy with the end product. So I could sit there for hours, like tweaking stupid little things. Like my manager's always saying, just leave it. It's done. It's good. But I'm always like, I just change one more thing. But if I do that, I'll never finish it.
Right.
So I just gotta sometimes step back a little bit.
How do you like kind of stay sane and grounded with such a, like, you know, crazy lifestyle and business?
don't know. Like people ask me that before. I really don't know. I've been doing it for like 12 years now, so I've been doing it quite a while. I've got a good family and stuff. You know, I've got quite a close family, and I don't know. I just don't let it go to my head too much. At the end of the day, I'll go out and I'll have fun. We'll get behind the decks, and the way I see it, it's just one big party, and I'm part of the whole thing. I'm not there by myself. I'm there with everybody. Do you know what I mean? And we're just doing it all together. So you know, I just don't. Nothing. It doesn't go to my head or anything like that.
So who's your favorite DJ or producer to party with?
To party with? Oh my god. I've had a few good parties with Tiesto actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's a big drinker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he drinks a lot like me, so we get on pretty well. And yeah, there's a time with him and Afrojack one time in, what was it, backstage in Privilege, and man, those guys can tuck it away. I don't know how they do it. Seriously,
well,
I mean, they are pretty
huge.
Yeah,
so.
they're pretty big guys. I mean, there was Afrojack on one side drinking out of a Magnum of Cristal like that big. I was like, what the hell? And then Tiesto drinking out of a. Actually, he's got a personal Jägermeister dispensing machine.
Oh
kept at 9 degrees Celsius exactly. I'm like, what the hell? And so I was drinking that with and then we mixed it with. He just got a bit crazy.
So who have you not had the chance to work with yet, but would want to?
I don't know actually. Yeah.
You've done a lot of collaborations, so.
Yeah. Well, I've done a remix obviously for like Deadmau5 back in the day. The track I Said. I wouldn't mind actually doing a collaboration with him at some point. There's stuff in the pipeline with Chris Lake. There's stuff in the pipeline with Max Vangeli. And there's another one that I'm working on with Mogwai as well. So they're pretty close to being finished. So I'm looking forward to hearing the final outcome whenever it gets done. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, nice. What is your favorite track off of your label?
The favorite track off my label?
Yeah.
Can I say one of my own?
Yeah, of course.
I don't really bias or anything. Well, the biggest reaction, the biggest track I'll play from Diffuse Music with the biggest reaction is got to be No Access. So yeah, that always gets the best reaction.
Yeah.
So, and I love playing that record.
Cool.
So I've got to say that one really.
Yeah, be honest. So what inspires your creativity besides music? Is there something that kind of like inspires you to like musically, but not necessarily like, you know, that's music per se? If that makes sense.
Don't know. I mean, I used to like the thing is I used to have a dog like for like 7 years, and when I used to walk him,
yeah.
I don't know why. I used to get so many ideas. It's crazy. Like when I used to like go running with him. There's this in London. There's a really nice kind of like green park area. It's like huge. It's called the Lee Valley Belt. It's like this long stretch of like greenery, and I used to get so many ideas. So I'd always have my like dictaphone or iPhone, and I'll get ideas at the most stupid moments and like just record them in. Do you know what I mean?
I watched an interview where you said you got the idea for the name of your label when you were walking your dog.
Yeah, it was. That came from walking the dog. Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but yeah, it's true.
You don't have him anymore?
No.
Oh.
He's gone to doggy heaven now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's good. You haven't got any more drinks over? Sorry, do you mind? Sorry. It's thirsty work over here, man. Sorry.
What do you, after doing like an insane set like that, what do you do afterwards?
Go to bed?
I know, right? I was wondering, can you sleep after that?
It's pretty hard when my ears like buzzing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's good. Yeah, with the amount of tequila I drink, you know what? When I hit the pillow, it's like, good night.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
It's like, see you later, Jack.
So are you going to have any time to spend in San Francisco, or are you kind of,
No, I'm out of here like tomorrow afternoon, going to Phoenix. Got 2 shows in Phoenix tomorrow.
Right.
And then after that, I'm going to Miami. And then after that, back to LA. So, non-stop. No rest for the wicked.
Thank you so much. It was really great to meet you, Michael.
You too. You too. Have a good one.
Appreciate taking the time.
You know we can get a picture.
Of course you
group
can.
picture.
Are you fucking crazy? Get the fuck over here, man.